I threw my girlfriend out at 2 a.m. after reading her messages to her ex, and everyone says I was wrong for that. My 26 male, ex-girlfriend, 22 female, of 3 months, friends for 2 years though, has recently reconnected with her ex. They have been texting as she is seeking closure. For the most part their conversations has been her asking him about him cheating on her, and him finally being honest. On Friday he called her at like 3 a.m. and they were on the phone until 8 a.m. This struck me as very weird, and so I did something I'm not proud of. I snooped her phone. Only a single message was saved, as well as their last 24 hours worth of messages. Thanks, Snapchat. The one message saved was from her to him, and it said, I don't know what I want because I don't know if I can trust you as you ain't showing me that I can. I don't want to fall in deep with you again if I'm just gonna get hurt and betrayed and be even more traumatized than I already am. I need to see that you actually are changed and I'm not gonna go through any of that again because I even let you slightly back in my life. And again I'm the one sat here crying, not you. You have some hold and control over me because of how much I let you in and it hurts having constant reminder of her behavior. Tonight I already know what you're doing and it makes me physically sick. Since I started talking to you again I feel like I'm drowning. I have to get so pissed to have fun to be able to breathe for 2 seconds. Can't eat cause it makes me feel sick. You just don't get it. Then on to the actual crux of my post, the messages from the last day. Him, I don't know how you can get mad at me for being friends with a girl when you have a boyfriend LMFAO. Her, I'm not mad at you being friends. I'm mad cause you act clueless to the fact she wants to screw you. Him, I just don't think she does. Her, why? Him, because she calls me when she's drunk all the time and she's never said anything like that. Him, if a girl likes a guy and she calls him drunk at 3 a.m., then she'd at least make a dirty comment. Her, I called you drunk last night and didn't tell you I wanted to screw you. Him, exactly. Her, exactly, so just because a girl is drunk and wants to screw you don't mean she's going to say it. Him, you wanted to screw me? Her, I always want to screw you. Her, you know since we talk I haven't made love with him, so I don't want you sleeping with anyone tonight. Him, I'm single. Her, well you supposed to be showing me that you're actually serious about us, and if I can not be intimate while in a relationship, then you can do it when single. Him, you don't even like sleeping with him anyway. You literally told me last night I'm the only person who can make you finish. Her, that has nothing to do with what I'm saying. And it goes on, but that's the part that's important. Upon reading that I just lost it. I woke her up and told her to get out. She asked what was going on but upon seeing her phone in my hand she just asked if I was serious. I told her I am. She said she didn't have her car, it was raining and she had no way to get home. I said it wasn't my problem. She said it was unsafe. I again said not my problem, she can get her ex to come pick her up. She said he's been drinking, and I told her I literally do not give a damn, get out. She asked if she could wait indoors for the Uber and I lost it. I just screamed at her to get out. She sort of flinched and then just got up, got dressed and left. I locked the door behind her. I laid there under my blanket trying to sleep for the rest of the night. I didn't check on her, I didn't care. Today I found out from a mutual friend that it took her 2 hours to get a lift, and she stood in the rain all that time, 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Everyone is saying I'm classless, and should have thought of her safety. I don't think I owe her a thing. I caught my girlfriend sitting on another guy's lap at a bar. Her and her friends say it was nothing, but I think she's cheating. So I, 20 male, have been with my girlfriend, 19 female, for 2 years. Saturday night she went out to a bar with her friends. Her friends started texting me asking if she had got me to pick her up as they couldn't find her and she wasn't answering her phone. She has done this before when she can't be bothered to stay out and her friends try and force her to. After about half an hour they told me they found her. I asked where she had gone and they didn't respond. It was around 10 p.m. they found her again. The same thing happened at 11:30, her friends saying they haven't seen her for 20 minutes and asking if she had again contacted me. I again said no. At 12:30 I asked if they had found her. Again, no response. I get worried so I drive to the bar, and I walk in. I see my girlfriend's friends, but not her. They all look shocked to see me, and one of them was like I'll go get her, just wait here and runs off. She comes back a minute later with my girlfriend. She's drunk, but not really that drunk, to where she'd be disappearing. I stay with them and start drinking with them. At around 1:30 she again goes missing. None of us can find her. I go outside to the smoking area and she is in the very far corner, tucked away, sat on some guy's lap. I go over, and ask what she's doing, and she jumps up off him, and says she was just smoking. I ask why she was sat on his lap, and she says the seats are really cold on my legs, she's in a dress. The guy laughs, stands up, and says to me good luck and pats my shoulder and walks off. I ask who he was and she says an old friend of hers, which I think is weird as I've known her since we were 10, went to school with her, and never seen him. She says she's sorry for how it looked and gives me a hug. We go back inside to her friends, and the guy is stood there with 2 other guys, and his friends see us and laugh. My girlfriend gives them daggers. A little later I go to the toilet and the guy is in there. I go over to him and before I can speak he just says, please keep me out of your relationship drama. I ask what he means and he says bro, whatever you're about to say, I don't care. Keep me out of it and just walks off. He's being rude as heck, but the guy is like a foot taller than me and looks like he could probably rip my head off if he wanted to, so I don't push it. Later on, I see a girl who we went to school with, who my girlfriend hates. They used to be friends but had a big falling out just after school, as her friend is known as a compulsive liar. She comes over and gives me a hug and says hi. After we talk for a few minutes, she asks when me and my girlfriend broke up. I say we didn't. She says, well she's been kissing some guy's face off half the night, So you might want to talk to her about that. After I hear that, I go confront my girlfriend. She denies it and says the girl is just making crap up because they hate each other, which is the sort of thing this girl would do. She is a known starting stuff, and has been since school, and lost most her friends for telling lies and spreading rumors about them. I say to my girlfriend I want to leave, and she says that's fine and leaves with me. We get a taxi back. I ask her about the guy and how she knows him, and she says he lives around here. Which isn't really an answer. Then she goes straight back to apologizing for sitting on his lap and how that looked. I say I don't want to talk about it as honestly I'm starting to feel sick. We get into bed, and go to sleep. I wake up first and go to check my phone. It is dead because I forgot to charge it. I grab her phone to check the time and see a notification from Snapchat. It says your new contact is on Snapchat. And I can see by the Bitmoji it is clearly the guy from the bar. He was mixed race, and so was the Bitmoji, and there aren't a lot of people of color where we live, it's like 90% white. I wake up my girlfriend and ask her why it says he is a new contact if he is an old friend. She says it's because he has a new phone. Convenient. She then loses it at me for going through her phone. I don't even know her passcode. I was just checking the time. She says she's apologized for sitting on his lap so many times, but I was being ridiculous and insecure, and she was too hungover to deal with me, and basically stormed out my house telling me not to text her until I grow up. That was Sunday. It is now Thursday and we have barely spoken, other than her calling me ridiculous and insecure. Her friends have now started getting involved saying it's stupid of me to think she would cheat on me since I was there. Am I wrong? I did No Nut November, and somehow thought it would be a good idea to bring my date to a drag show. Now she won't talk to me. No Nut November. This year was my first attempt at not self-pleasuring or making love for an entire month. Why did I feel compelled to do this? No idea. I stopped making sense ages ago. Without wasting your time with unnecessary suspense, I'll confirm that I made it through No Nut November without cheating. The mess up was what happened towards the end of November. A friend of mine invited me to his drag show. My friend, who's the most introverted gay guy during the day, enjoyed dressing up as an exuberant woman at night and performing at popular gay clubs. I accepted his invitation and showed up at one of the biggest and busiest gay clubs in our area to watch him do his thing. I was there with my date, Ellie. While Ellie and I were watching my friend sing and dance on stage, I could feel my bladder struggling to keep the floodgates closed. I waited until my friend had to change outfits backstage before I decided to rush to the restroom. There was a queue. My friend was in the middle of his post-outfit change performance when I eventually emerged from the restroom. At that moment, my friend was no longer just performing on stage. He was moving through the crowd while singing and dancing and taking off his clothing. I should have followed my gut and stayed close to the restroom where I was literally out of the spotlight, at least until my friend was on the stage again, but I thought I could low-key return to my seat without drawing any attention. I thought wrong. The spotlight landed on me like the eye of Sauron as soon as I made my way back to my seat. My friend suddenly appeared next to me wearing nothing but a itty-bitty thing and introduced me to the crowd as his straight friend. My friend did not leave it at that. He made me sit down before proceeding to give me a personal dance in front of everyone. Keep in mind, I've not self-pleasured or made love for weeks when this happened. It didn't take much to trigger a stiffy. As soon as my friend planted his butt on my lap and began grinding, I was rock hard. The worst part was when the lap dance was over and my friend got up. My pants did an extremely poor job of hiding my stiffy and the damn spotlight on me was not helping the situation at all. It was embarrassing, not only for me, but apparently also for Ellie. She was literally hiding her face behind her hands. It was an awkward end to our date. Ellie ghosted me afterwards and my friend has been bragging about giving me a stiffy since the drag show. It was an unforgettable experience for all the wrong reasons. My ex-fiance of 8 years broke up with me over text 3 years ago, and disappeared. Now she is trying to rejoin our circle of mutual friends, and I am struggling with it extremely hard. Me and a girl I'll call Jessica, were a couple for over 8 years and were engaged for 3 of them. I met her through a mutual friend in my group of friends. We ended up hitting it off pretty quickly as our dorky and nerdy hobbies aligned really well. I personally fully expected to marry this person, and spend the rest of my life with her. In early 2019, her job offered her an amazing opportunity to temporarily work 4 months in the company's satellite office in New Zealand. She was an environmental engineer, to temporarily manage and lead a new team. It was very sudden, and I was not really happy with the idea, but she really wanted this chance and opportunity, so off she went. I flew out to visit her after about 2 months, only when I arrived at the airport I got a text message from her. The message was short and more or less consisted of, she was sorry but after thinking it through, she thinks it would be best if we went our separate ways from now on. She then completely blocked me on almost every single form of social media, cell phone, etc. I was confused, devastated and became an absolute wreck. I remember completely breaking down in Auckland airport. I spent the next 4 days living at a motel basically trying to get into contact with her in any shape or form. She had apparently blocked every one of our friends from our circle. Even her close friends from our circle of friends were shocked, confused and basically lost. Even her parents were extremely confused when I called them. Her dad, who I was extremely close with, we coached Pee Wee hockey together, and played a lot of beer league for hockey together, refused to believe it at first. I was a mess for a solid year, but my close circle of friends managed to drag me out of my hellish hole along with some therapy. Her best friends became close friends to me. About a year ago, she invited some of her old close friends to her wedding, among a bunch of other people from our group. No one went, and I quickly found out which hurt me even more. Over a year ago I started dating one of her old friends, as me and her had gotten close over the last 2 years or so. She felt quite hurt when Jessica basically ghosted her. Unfortunately there was some awkwardness because she fully knew I was not fully over my ex, but she has been a supportive and amazing person and I am extremely happy with her. Life was going great for me. Then in December Jessica apparently moved back home, after divorcing a few months after getting married. I don't know much and I don't want to know. However, she is making this hugely concentrated effort to reconnect with people in our friend group, which is resulting in some very conflicted feelings for some people. Last week I found out that Jessica and some of my friends have started playing D&D, which frankly made me feel like crap. Part of me just wants to move on from this, but I am struggling hard. While my significant other has been extremely supportive, I just feel numb and don't really know what to do. Today Jessica sent me a long Facebook message basically apologizing to me for what she did, and asked to be friends. I didn't respond and blocked her. I told my significant other, and I just felt like I was going to break down. Right now my significant other is saying she is worried about me, and keeps asking me what do I want to do. My significant other confessed that Jessica had sent her a similar message a few weeks ago, and she told her off. I don't know what I am supposed to do. I can't order my friends to not be friends with her. I just feel like a mess and I am struggling with this as I feel like I'm a teenager dealing with stupid drama again.